Breaking now, investigators in Utah and Idaho searching for two kids in danger. We talk with police in Rexburg about this bizarre case. Plus, as winter officially begins tonight, snowplow drivers are bracing for a white Christmas.
Maybe they get home safe to their family or wherever they're heading.
We take a closer look at the toll it takes on drivers and their families over the holidays.
Life gonna live on through the lives of people.
And after a century of life, friends and family members of jazz legend Joe McQueen pay their final respects in Ogden. We'll take you to the special ceremony. We're following breaking news in Emery County. The Utah Highway Patrol says a trooper was involved in a shooting tonight. UHP confirmed that an Emery County Sheriff's deputy was also involved in this shooting. Now we're still working to get more details in regards to who was shot and the extent of those injuries. Of course, we'll keep you updated throughout the show and online on this developing story as we learn more. And now to our other top story. The FBI and police across the country are looking for two missing children from Idaho who might be in extreme danger. 6-year-old Joshua Vallow and 17-year-old Tylee Ryan have been missing since September. Fox 13's Adam Herbetz is live in studio with an update on the search for these two and their parents. Adam.
Kirsten, this is Lori Vallow, the children's mother, and this is the man police believe she's with, Chad Daybell. Both of them had their spouses suspiciously die within the last 6 months. They quickly married each other, and now police believe they are both on the run. This was supposed to be Tammy Daybell's final resting place in Springville, Utah, miles away from Idaho, where she lived with her husband, Chad Daybell. When she died at the age of 49, doctors said it was from natural causes, but now investigators have exhumed her body and consider the death suspicious.
We haven't been able to make contact with him for the last couple of weeks.
Now Chad is also away from home. He remarried quickly, and this is the new bride, Lori Vallow, another recent widow. Her husband was shot and killed by her brother last July in Arizona, he says, in self-defense. But now the brother is also dead. The newlyweds are missing, and her children have been missing since September.
We've gotten pretty much the runaround. I'm not for sure about the last time anybody saw Chad or Lori. The last time anybody had seen the kids or somewhere around the 23rd or 24th of September.
Police in Rexburg, Idaho say while different agencies investigate the death of each spouse, their main concern is the children and finding the runaway couple who lied to officers about the kids' location for months.
We would even be good with a FaceTime video of the children to make us, feel better that they are safe.
Investigators say they do not know if the kids or the family is in Arizona, Utah, Idaho, or any other state, but the two children may be in serious danger. If you have any information, please call the Rexburg Police Department. Reporting in studio, Adam Herbetz, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Tonight, police are searching for 4 people accused of shooting a teenager. This happened at the Settlers Point apartment on 47th South and 15th West in Taylorsville this evening. Police say the suspects tried to rob the 18-year-old in his apartment and ended up shooting several times before taking off in a white SUV. Investigators say the victim knew the suspects from a party that they all went to Friday night.
It's still too early to say, but he is stable, and when he was initially brought out, he was conscious and alert, so that's usually a good sign.
Probably a drug deal gone bad. Somebody was going to be robbed. I hope people speak up more with management, and I hope whoever was shot survives.
If you know where the suspects are, call Unified Police. A man is recovering after an early morning crash in Sandy. Police say around 6:30, this car lost control and rolled on Wasatch Boulevard. 3 men were inside at the time of the crash. 1 passenger was thrown from the vehicle and sent to the hospital in critical condition. The other 2 were treated on scene but are expected to be okay. Police believe alcohol may have been a factor here. And in Millard County, a person of interest in an Arizona murder case has been arrested. The sheriff's office says Fernando Ray White, who you see here, stabbed a woman after the victim and her sister picked him up while he was hitchhiking just south of Fillmore. Deputies ended up finding a knife and bullets when they found this man. White has now been charged locally with attempted murder. In Murray, crews are calling for an abandoned building to be torn down after an overnight fire at 42nd South and 3rd West. Once on scene, firefighters found rubber mats and garbage on fire. Firefighters also say there are 20 to 30-foot drops where people can get hurt at this vacant building. Firefighters say people experiencing homelessness sometimes come into this structure and burn objects to stay warm.
If we could get the word out to our homeless population, this is not a safe place to be. This is not a good place for you to be. Even though it's really cold out night, I'm sure they're just trying to stay warm. This structure is very dangerous.
The cause of this fire is still under investigation. A paper recycling building in Salt Lake City also caught fire overnight. Salt Lake City fire crews were called out to American Shredding a little after 10 last night. They were able to get that fire under control within just 20 minutes, but crews say the building's sprinkler system was able to contain most of that fire and that their concern was removing smoke to improve visibility and safety.
In a large industrial area like this, it is not common for us to get a fire and get quick notice on it. If you do hear alarms activate or you see strobe lights on buildings, that's usually an indication that there's been an alarm drop. So that would be helpful to at least notify us so we can investigate that.
Because this is a commercial building, no one was inside or injured during the fire. We're just a few days away from Christmas, and there's a possibility of a winter storm arriving on Christmas Eve. As Fox 13's John Franke shows us, that means another busy holiday for UDOT crews.
If this storm hits, it would be the 6th straight white Christmas here in the Salt Lake area, and that means another long day for snowplow drivers, a holiday away from their families.
I've been here for 10 years.
That's a lot of time, and a lot of Christmases Robert Hall has spent with this view instead of with his family.
For me, I miss a lot of the holidays. She usually gets to do it all.
As Robert plows Utah's roads, his wife Alicia and son Truxton wait at home.
Call him and FaceTime him, and Truxton shows him his toys and for 10 minutes or so, and then.
During big storms, Robert's shifts last up to 16 hours.
Usually on Christmas, we don't see him until that night, and then usually it's snowing the day after too.
Robert and the other plow drivers give up their holiday because they love helping our community, making sure we all get to our own holiday destinations.
It's a job that you go out there and you can see that you're making a difference, keeping the public safe.
And we can all help them a bit by staying behind the plows when they're at work, eliminating some of the danger out there.
Give us the patience, or give us the time and patience to let us do our job. I know we go slower. That's just part of the job. We go slower not only to keep us safe, but you guys on the road safe.
All of us doing that little bit can make a huge difference.
Everybody stays behind, doesn't try to pass along accidents or anything on the holidays, especially around Christmas.
It's the least we can do for these workers who sacrifice their holiday in the name of safety.
Let everybody get home safe to their family or wherever they're heading.
So just another day at the office for Utah's snowplow drivers, and Robert and those others will most likely be on the roads come Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. In the newsroom, John Franke, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Grateful for those crews enduring the winter weather for us. And speaking of winter, we're just a few minutes away from winter officially being here. Hey, Doug.
Yes, hello there, Kristen. Yeah, things are looking pretty good out there right now. We're at 35 degrees in Layton, 30 to start off the winter season in Salt Lake City. Yeah, at least at the airport where it's a bit hazier. Temperatures are all over the place. Over in Riverton, 39, Sandy at 40, 19 in Colville, Evanston above freezing at 36. I think that's been the warmest you've seen in quite a while. And then it's 20 degrees colder over in Logan. So, yeah, all over the map out there. Provo, Heber City in the lower 40s. We're in the mid-40s right now over at Elko, mid-20s in Windover. It's amazing. Yeah, it doesn't matter where you're at. You're going to get a different temperature. We got Milford above freezing, and it's just as warm in Cedar City as it is in St. George right now. Overnight for the Wasatch Planter, freezing cold, at least for parts of the Salt Lake Valley. We'll call it overcast. A little bit of a wind out there. It'll pick up just a tiny bit. I think that'll help mix out a little bit of the inversion. So we still are under the gun. A lot of us are going to see haze tomorrow. Nothing in the way of haze for southern Utah overnight. We're looking at a partly to mostly cloudy sky, and temperatures at least through the 3 o'clock hour will stay above freezing, 37 degrees. Light breeze out there. We have changes, of course, changing in seasons. We'll talk more about that. And we'll look at that holiday forecast coming up.
And still to come, his music entertained people across Utah for decades. We'll show you how people paid tribute to jazz musician Joe McQueen today. And we're also going to show you how a local shoe shiner is giving back to our community this holiday season. We'll see you soon.
Two bitter rivals, one division crown. With the NFC East and playoffs on the line, Dak leads the Cowboys into their biggest game of the year against Carson Wentz and the Eagles in America's Game of the Week.
Coverage begins Sunday at 11 on Fox 13.
Am I attracted to her? Yes. Would I ever act on it? No, no way. Not while my wife is still alive.
Modern Family, Monday at 6:30 on Fox 13.
At the Ram Big Finish event, get employee pricing for all on the gifts that have it all.
With employee pricing for all, current owners or lessees of competitive pickups can get $10,400 in total values for 19% below MSRP on the purchase of a 2019 Ram 1500.
Looking around here, I see tablets, laptops, printers, smartphones. They're all connected to the internet.
They're all connected.
Can your network handle all those devices?
Sometimes.
Comcast Business runs on the nation's largest gig speed network, so you can get the bandwidth you need to power all of your devices at peak performance.
If all of my devices could have that kind of speed, I would be dancing.
Get started with secure 35 megabit internet and one voice line for just $64.90 per month. Call today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Most people would rather watch. Whoa, did you see that? Let's see it again. That's better than your typical car commercial. Hey, we hear you.
Next time you need a plumber, call Same Day. Everything from clogged drains to leaky faucets to water heater repair. You name it, our expert plumbers can do it. Just call 801 Same Day. Same Day Plumbing. We're the plumbers who can in the big green van.
At the Ram Big Finish event, get employee pricing for all on the gifts that have it all.
With employee pricing for all, current owners or lessees of competitive pickups can get $10,400 in total values for 19% below MSRP on the purchase of a 2019 Ram 1500.
Sponsored by Black Diamond Electric Plumbing, Heating and Air. Winner of the 2019 Best of State Utah Award, delivering wow through expert services. Live from Fox 13 Studios, this is Fox 13 News at 9.
The Utah Supreme Court has issued a series of rulings on the state's strict paternity laws. The court made public 4 separate rulings about Utah's Uniform Parenting Act. But in those rulings, they give potential biological fathers the ability to go to court and establish paternity. Currently, Utah law says if a woman gives birth to a child and is married to another man, then that man is listed as the father. One of the longest-serving cabinet officials in the state is retiring. This weekend, Utah Department of Commerce Chief Francine Gianni announced she is retiring after 35 years in state government. Gianni began as press secretary to former Governor Norm Bangerter. She then went to the Department of Commerce, and she also was tasked with overhauling Utah's Liquor Control Authority. Gianni is known for her frank talk and not backing down from tough issues. She leaves office next month. Some people called Joe McQueen the original Utah jazz man. The saxophonist died earlier this month at the age of 100. A celebration of his life was held today in Ogden. Fox 13's Todd Tanner was there.
This is a celebration of life. We're not worried about Joe. Joe lived a great life.
Joe McQueen lived to the age of 100. Playing saxophone in jazz bands for most of that century.
Up to the last 2 or 3 months of his life, he had a very good life, and so can't complain about that at all.
Here's Joe talking a bit about that very good life from an interview in 2015.
The band I'm playing with right now, I enjoy playing with these guys about as good as I did anybody, you know. I've been playing since I was 14. Went on the road with the band when I was 16. And so during World War II, that's what I did. I entertained service people all over. I came here in 1945. I was supposed to stay 2 weeks, and I've been here now going on 70 years.
Though he played all over, Joe made Ogden his hometown, and it was there in the 1940s and 50s that he not only made music, but also brought about change. He refused to provide entertainment for segregated clubs where his own friends and family would not be allowed to enter. And he formed a mixed-race band simply so he could perform with the best available players, much to the dislike of club owners who eventually caved so they could not only book the hottest local band, but also the big names that wanted to play with Joe McQueen when they came to Utah.
Charlie Parker's one of them. Count Basie, Duke Ellington, Stan Getz.
Outside of clubs and concerts, Joe lived a life of service.
He impacted life everywhere.
After all, a good jazz musician knows the only thing as important as the big notes are the quiet spaces between them.
Even at the age of 90-something years old, he's providing people with transportation to and fro that's a lot younger than he was.
Joe often said anyone could live to be 100, and that's why he was more proud of another milestone, the 75 years of marriage he recently celebrated with his wife, Thelma.
His life gonna live on through the lives of people, even younger people that knew Joe.
One of those, Bad Brad Wheeler, a Utah musician and radio personality who looked to Joe as a mentor for the past 20 years or so, and during Saturday's celebration, delivered laughter and tears all at once.
Several months ago, before Joe became sick, we were talking one night on the phone about life, and he told me the following. Red, I'm going to tell you right now, when I die, they're going to probably ask you to get up at my funeral and talk. And when they do, get up in front of everyone and please tell them to not cry and carry on. Please tell them I lived a long life, that I achieved things I never could have dreamed of. Tell the people to be happy for me. I'm going to the place where the good Lord takes me.
Todd Tanner, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Kids in the Granite School District who may not have had a Christmas this year got to celebrate tonight ahead of the holiday next week. The group Best Seat in the House hosted a Christmas party at Granite Park Junior High tonight for around 300 people. Best Seat in the House provided Christmas presents, dinner, and essential supplies so kids in need can live with some peace of mind.
I actually grew up like one of these kids, and my dream was to give back when I grew up and host my own Christmas party and give something back to the community, get these kids so they have a Christmas.
Best Seat in the House has served more than 3,000 kids in our community so far just this year. They hope to expand next year to provide Christmas parties to more schools in our area. A local shoe shiner is raising money for children in the hospital this holiday season. Adrian Zamora is the shoe shiner at the barber shop that's inside Trolley Square. Payne Anthony Jewelers is nearby, and it's holding a donation drive for children at Shriners Hospital. But Adrian says he wanted to do his part too, so he is donating all of his earnings to Shriners Hospital.
Typically, a normal shoe shine is $7. So today it's just whatever you want to donate. You can donate $1, you can donate $5, $10, whatever you like. So it's pretty much a way for you to get a shine, and you donate and help a good cause.
Last year, the Trolley Square Barber Shop raised $200, and this year they hope to pass the $400 mark. Okay, Doug, keeping a close eye on the clock. What,
Here we are, 30 seconds. The countdown is on. Winter is just moments away.
The official 9:19.
Yeah, here we go. Of course, we've been saying how it's been feeling like winter. You know, we got
yes.
at least looking like it with the haze and the inversion out there. We are getting close. Well, what's all the hoopla about? The winter solstice. The exact moment that will happen is what, 10 seconds away?
7.
7 seconds.
5,
there we are.
4,
3, 2, 1. Boom.
Winter.
Yeah, winter is here. The exact moment the sun will be directly over what we call the Tropic of Capricorn, southernmost part of the earth that the sun will be shining above, directly above at least. So that just happened. So yeah, astronomical winter has arrived for the northern hemisphere because we're tilted farther away from the sun. Southern hemisphere, though, This is the start of summer for them. Wouldn't that be something? Wow, amazing. It's here. Of course, it feels like winter. We're freezing cold out there, and it is hazy, at least over the north end of the Salt Lake Valley. No wind to speak of. What we need is some good wind to help clear out the inversion. Some areas, though, south end of the valley, they're like, what inversion? It's beautiful here. We got a little bit of breeze out of the south, a little bit of breeze out of the east over in St. George at 43 degrees with a wind about 14 miles per hour and excellent visibility out there. Look at all the clouds over Utah and Nevada. This is all associated with what we call a dirty ridge of high pressure. And basically, high pressure, you would think of sunshine, clear air, but with storms, they get close enough, but not all the way through the high pressure system, so therefore not as clean of a high pressure as we typically would like. 30 for a low in Salt Lake City. That's where we're going to be right now, and that's where we're going to stay overnight. 29 in Provo, so a little colder. Logan already in the mid-teens. You'll bottom out in the lower teens. That's a little warmer than you were last night. Evanston about 14. Vernal back into the teens. Most of us will be freezing cold overnight. There'll be a couple of spots, not on the map, that will be lucky enough to stay above freezing. Tomorrow, second day of winter. My goodness, what a start to the season. 50 in Salt Lake City. A little bit of sunshine, but we still got more haze, especially in the morning, and overcast. A little break in that overcast from time to time. Rising above freezing in the afternoon tomorrow. Park City almost 40 for a high. We'll be in the mid-50s down in St. George. Your air quality forecast for tomorrow, still on the unhealthy range for Salt Lake County, Utah County, a little better. Improved a little bit there, moderate range, improving air quality for Davis and Weber County. And Cache Valley, yeah, another unhealthy air quality day along with Tooele County. But there's signs of green out there. We'll take those signs of green. We're going to see more of that on the map, I think, here in the next couple of days because we have a storm or two coming this way. Southern Utah, chance of rain late Monday. That's coming in from the south. And then that will really settle in on Tuesday, so we'll call it rain likely. Then Christmas Day, rain and snow for southern Utah. Wow, crazy, huh? The holiday's going to be kind of a mess if you're going to be trying to commute, get to grandma's house. You may want to do it early. We've got a lot of clouds the next couple of days. Monday's looking good for a travel day if you want to take it off. I don't know if your boss would like that. Anyway, Tuesday, there's a chance of snow as early as Tuesday evening. And then the chances go up way into Wednesday with snow likely for Christmas Day. Last thought is on the snowfall, 1 to 4 inches possible in the Salt Lake Valley. The mountains could get 4 to 8 inches. So it could be definitely a storm to contend with, especially if you have to travel last minute.
Right, but look at you delivering, giving white Christmases out to everyone. Southern Utah can have some, northern Utah.
Oh, if I only had the real power.
The advice you gave at 5, if you need to leave here in northern Utah, travel earlier on Tuesday?
If you can't wait, if you have to wait until Tuesday, better to do it earlier, like the morning. If you wait until the evening, nighttime, you're cutting it close.
Okay, good advice. Thanks, Doug. Still to come, do you hate getting robocalls all the time? I know I do. I get so many. Well, now the government will soon put a stop to it. We'll show you how.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something too.
Yeah?
Yep. One for you and one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be for me.
I love it.
And I love that you love it.
I love it.
I like red.
Current eligible non-GM lessees get this low-mileage lease on this all-wheel drive Terrain SLE for around $259 per month. We are professional grade GMC.
Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years, we all will be together if the fates allow. Hang the shining star upon the highest cloud. Oh, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
lot's changed since you were here.
It's called the internet. I'm gonna hit start now, okay? Whoa!
At Chevy, we're all about bringing families together.
This time of year, that's really important.
That's why our Chevy employee discount is now available to everyone.
The Chevy price you pay is what we pay.
Not a cent more. Family is important to us.
So happy holidays.
And welcome to the family.
The Chevy family.
Use your Chevy employee discount for everyone to get a total value of over $11,800 on this Silverado All-Star.
See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Welcome back. Parents, this is for you and your health headlines. A new study found a link between babies getting antibiotics and developing allergies later in life. Researchers discovered children who take antibiotics before turning 6 months are more likely to develop food allergies or asthma. Scientists believe it may be due to how antibiotics affect gut bacteria. It should be noted the study does not prove that antibiotics cause allergies. It's possible children at increased risk of developing them are also more prone to bacterial infections that require antibiotics. Eating meat could help you recover from a night of drinking. Yeah, there we go. Researchers in the Netherlands have learned animal products that contain vitamin B3 and zinc will help digest alcohol and reduce nausea. The study found genetic makeup, total food intake, and other factors can also determine how a person experiences a hangover. Well, the month of December can bring a mixed bag of emotions for many people, though a new poll shows most report feeling pretty good. The Associated Press asked people how certain words describe their current mood. 7 in 10 reported the word grateful describes them extremely well or very well. They said they're most grateful for their health and for time spent with loved ones. 3 in 10 people also say that stressed describes them extremely well or very well right now. I fall in that boat. In tonight's Money Watch, Motorola is delaying the reboot of its Razr flip phone. The foldable smartphone was supposed to be available for pre-order the day after Christmas and in stores on January 9th. But according to several news reports, the launch dates have been pushed back. Motorola has not provided an updated timeline for the $1,500 phone, but reportedly said it is not expecting a significant shift. Motorola said the delay was due to higher than expected demand and limited supply. College campuses are looking a little less crowded these days. About 250,000 fewer students enrolled this fall compared to last year. In fact, a new study shows over the last 8 years, enrollment has dropped 11%. That's the biggest reason is because of the economy. When there are more jobs available, more people will choose to skip or delay college. And say goodbye to those random out-of-state phone numbers always popping up on your caller ID. President Trump is expected to sign a newly passed bill that cracks down on robocalls. It would require your phone carrier to do most of the work. The bill calls for them to adopt new technology to screen out suspicious numbers and also would require them to block robocalls without charging you. Still to come, 2 high school students dress as KKK members for Whiteout Spirit Day. How the district is responding. And a radio host fired for saying he wanted a, quote, nice school shooting to happen, while the host says it was just meant to be a joke.
Feel like you're gargling sand? We make treating sore throats smooth. Be ready. Download Connect Care.
Some things just can't last forever, like the final days of the Built for the Holidays sales.